I thank God all the time for all the people that have been part of my life and career that have helped me get here and maintain this all this time. And
Alan Jackson has always been a man of quiet conviction, his steady grit and deep-rooted commitment to authenticity defining a career that spanned decades. While other artists chased trends, he remained grounded in traditional country music, a true testament to the small-town boy from Noonan, Georgia. He always was. For years, a subtle shift in his stage presence was noted by his most devoted fans. Murmurs followed his performances as he appeared a little more reserved, a little less mobile. The man known for his calm swagger seemed to be fighting a silent battle with his own body. Now, the 66-year-old country legend has confirmed what many quietly feared, revealing the private struggle that has been unfolding behind the scenes. In a rare moment of vulnerability, Jackson recently shared his truth with the world. He has been living with Charcot, Marie-Tooth, CMT disease for years. It's a progressive, hereditary neurological condition that causes weakness and balance issues, making the very act of walking, standing, and performing on stage increasingly difficult. This revelation provided clarity for fans, explaining the physical changes they had observed and turning their concern into a wave of support. His decision to share his story was a final act of honesty in a life shaped by both extraordinary public success and profound personal challenges. This is the narrative of a man who fought his way from obscurity to icon status, but it's also a story of resilience. With the love of his life by his side, he faced down adversity in his personal life just as he faced it on the charts, always with the same unwavering spirit. His journey is a powerful reminder that an authentic life, filled with both triumphs and tribulations, is the true legacy of a country music icon. Alan Jackson's story began in a small house where he, the youngest of 5, slept in a garage for a bedroom. It was in his teenage years that he met his future wife, Denise, at a local Dairy Queen. He worked for years to win her over, but when she finally relented, their connection was instant. They married in December 1979, two young people with nothing but a shared dream and music in Alan's heart. With Nashville calling, they packed up and left Georgia, trading a simple life for a hard hustle. Alan took a job in a mailroom, and Denise became a flight attendant, but their belief in his talent never wavered. Money was so tight that Alan sold his car just so they could afford their first house. A powerful testament to his commitment. A chance encounter would change everything. One day at the airport, Denise spotted country legend Glenn Campbell. In a moment of pure confidence, she walked directly up to him and told him he had to hear her husband's music. That bold move and a single business card opened the door Alan had been knocking on for years, setting his iconic career in motion. By 1990, Alan Jackson was no longer just a guy in a mailroom. He was a bona fide country star. His debut album, Here in the Real World, didn't just sell millions. It spearheaded a new traditionalist movement, bringing authentic, heartfelt songwriting back to a genre that was starting to lean too far into pop. His success seemed to mirror his family life, which was also growing. He and Denise welcomed their 3 daughters, Maddie, Alexandra, and Danny Grace, and moved into a sprawling new mansion. From the outside, their lives looked picture-perfect, a true American dream. But behind the scenes, the pressure of fame took a quiet toll on their marriage. The couple who had fallen in love over milkshakes found themselves struggling to hold on as rumors of infidelity swirled around Alan. Denise later confessed to building a fantasy of being the perfect star wife, only to find the reality of a lonely life on the road was nothing like she'd hoped. The hurt ran so deep that in 1997 they separated, their fairy tale seemingly over, yet after 4 long months apart. A spiritual awakening gave Denise the strength to forgive, and they decided to give their marriage a second chance. Just as they were beginning to heal, life delivered another crushing blow. While celebrating their anniversary, Denise received the devastating news that she had colorectal cancer. Alan, a man known for his calm composure, was rocked to his core. In true artist fashion, he turned to music to cope, and a few weeks after her diagnosis, a raw, heartfelt song he called When I Saw You Leaving flowed out of him. Denise fought with every ounce of her strength, and thankfully, she beat the cancer, emerging from the battle stronger and more grounded than ever before. By the late 90s and early 2000s, Alan Jackson stood as a bulwark against a changing tide in country music. As the genre began to lean into a more pop-friendly sound, he and George Strait famously teamed up for Murder on Music Row, a powerful anthem that gave a voice to traditional fans who felt their music was losing its soul. Jackson was determined to keep the roots of country music alive, a quiet but firm defiance of the mainstream. But even as he defended the genre, a private battle was intensifying. In 2021, Jackson publicly revealed his diagnosis with Charcot-Marie-Tooth CMT disease, a degenerative neurological condition he had been living with for more than a decade. The illness affects the nerves and muscles, causing balance issues and weakness that made performing increasingly difficult. Jackson chose to go public with the news, explaining that he wanted to be transparent with fans so they would understand why his stage presence might appear unsteady. Less than a year later, he embarked on his Last Call One More for the Road tour. It was more than just a farewell, it was a mission. He drew inspiration from heroes like George Jones and Merle Haggard, who played as long as their bodies allowed. In true Alan Jackson fashion, he ensured that $1 from every ticket sold went to the CMT Research Foundation, turning his personal struggle into something positive for others. The tour became a final chance for fans to say goodbye to the man who had defined an era, a celebration of a career built on authenticity. His decision to step away wasn't sudden, but a slow realization that his body could no longer keep up with his spirit. The quiet moments with family had become more valuable than the roar of a stadium crowd. During his last few performances, he made a point of publicly thanking his wife Denise, the unsung hero who had been with him since the very beginning. The true genius of Alan Jackson's music lies not in complexity, but in its profound simplicity and honesty. He never needed elaborate metaphors or slick, overproduced arrangements to tell a story. His lyrics spoke for themselves, a direct line to the heart of American life. His songs are a tapestry of universal feelings, from the carefree freedom of youth in Chattahoochee to the profound nostalgia of a life well lived in Remember When. He wrote about real life, capturing the simple joy of a first car, the raw emotion of a nation in mourning after 9/11 in Where Were Yous, when the world stopped turning, and the quiet comfort of a long-lasting love. This unique ability to capture universal truth in a straightforward way is what set him apart and made him a champion of the working class. His impact on the next generation of artists is undeniable. As a songwriter's songwriter, he was a quiet guardian of country's heritage, a legacy solidified by his collaboration with George Strait on Murder on Music Row, a song that directly challenged the genre's move toward pop. He proved to future stars that you don't need pyrotechnics or flashy lights to connect with an audience. A great song, a real story, and a little bit of honesty were always enough. As he steps away from the stage, Jackson leaves behind an unparalleled body of work. His final tour and a planned finale in Nashville feel like the perfect, full circle ending to a beautiful story. A true homecoming for a country music hero who built a home for the heart of country music, and that home will stand long after the final curtain falls.